For one price, you get the barbecue, the hot pot, and the foods from the buffet station.
Yes, sir. All for one price. This is the ultimate buffet experience in Orange County.
Hey guys, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm going to be checking out one of the most rockin' buffets in Orange County. I'm here at 8 Hot Pot and Grill. Now, if you guys remember, I was at this restaurant a couple years ago when it was called 98 Shabu and Grill. But since then, I heard that they recently renovated this whole place. The look and even the menu. And this place is pretty special because this is the only Vietnamese style buffet you're gonna find in Southern California. That's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go in there and show you everything that's at these buffet stations so that you guys know what to expect when you come to 8 Hot Pot and Grill. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food videos coming your way. And with that being said, it is time to go in and see what's new. It looks like they definitely renovated this place, at least the entrance. Look how cool it looks. I like this little water fountain that's going on right here. And the dining area also looks much brighter. Looks like they installed these new lights against the wall. And if you guys don't know anything about this restaurant, it's like 3 kinds of eating experiences at the same time. The hot pot, the barbecue, and the hot foods at the buffet station. Before we continue with this episode, I want to encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to get your Rockstar Eater t-shirt. You've seen me wear these shirts of different colors on my show, and some of you guys are probably asking, does he actually sell those t-shirts? The answer is yes. If you go to the video description, you'll see the link to Bonfire, which is an online store that sells these t-shirts in different sizes, different colors, even got hoodies as well. Anyways, that's all I got to say, so get your shirt today so that when you go out, you can let the world know that you too are a Rockstar Eater. With that being said, let's get back on with the show. This is how much it costs. Lunch special, weekdays from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. $23.99, which includes both the hot pot and the barbecue. All you can eat. Yep, shabu and barbecue, that's the way you gotta do it. If you want to do just the barbecue or the grill alone, that's $21.99. And then dinners and weekends, it's $29.99, hot pot and grill. And look, free meal for baby under 6 years old. And 6 to 12 years old, $14.99. If you decide you want to do the hot pot, it comes with the house special broth. But then you can also choose one other broth on the other side of it. This is not included in the buffet, but you can get these nice house specialty drinks. I think it'll be great, especially if you got a lot of spicy food going on. It could be a very nice, refreshing, even sweet drink. Hi guys, this is Jordan. He's the manager here at 8 Hot Pot and Grill. He's gonna show us everything that's at these buffet stations. Oh yeah.
Yes, I am. So you guys can go ahead and follow me over here. Starting on the right side, we have steamed flat rice dumplings wrapped in banana leaves.
All right.
And to the left of that, we have our steamed clams and our sauce. Over here, we have our fried seasoned fish. And on the left side is our fish sauce chicken wings. Up here, we have our sweet buns. And to the left of it, we have more of our steamed flat rice dumplings. Here we have our seafood ragu. Inside, we have shrimp, tofu, onions, mushrooms, and many more. And to the left, we have our periwinkle snails and our savory sauce. Up here, we have our snails and our ginger sauce. Here, we have fried crab and whole fried shrimps.
Ooh, okay, so that's the shrimp and then that's the crab.
Yes, sir. Here is our rice paper that's ready to wrap your food so you can make yourself a DIY spring roll.
I'm assuming that's the spring roll right there?
Yes, these are our pre-made spring rolls that have beef and shrimp in it. And then this is our sauce that you would dip it in. Over here are our favorites, which are the stir-fried noodle with veggies. And to the left is our fried rice. Here we have an assortment of sauces for you to make at our sauce bar so you can dip any of your food in. Here we have zucchini, we have lotus, kimchi made ready for you to eat, raw onions for the grill or hot pot, cucumber kimchi ready to eat, instant noodle for your hot pot. Here we have snow crab legs. This is only available on weekends and dinner time. Rice noodle for the hot pot, and right above that, we have egg noodle for the hot pot. Here we have mushrooms, enoki, and then moving up are also more mushrooms for your hot pot. Here we have cabbage. This is lettuce. Here's our watercress that's very popular. Here's tofu for the hot pot, some bean sprouts for texture. Here's tofu skin, and pumpkins for your hot pot. This is rice cake for the hot pot. Some baby carrots you can throw in. We have taro available as well. These are crawfish for the hot pot. Here is our meatball for the hot pot. These are fish cakes that you can throw into your hot pot. These are clams. Here's imitation crab that you can have in your hot pot. Underneath that, we have snails that are also available.
And these are mussels, I'm assuming?
Yes, they are. Here's our fridge that is filled with a bunch of meats that is available for your hot pot. Up here is our thinly sliced pork. This whole section is gonna be thinly sliced pork loin.
All the way down here too?
Yes, sir. We have thinly sliced beef. This is beef round eye. This is all for the hot pot as well, or you can throw it on the grill. Moving on to the next fridge, this is filled with more stuff that you can throw in the hot pot, more specifically seafood in this section. Here we have lunch meat, like Spam and hot dogs on a skewer that you can also have on. Moving on to the right side, we have more seafood for the hot pot. Here we have shrimp. Underneath we have squid that's ready to be put in your hot pot. And then here is red snapper. Right underneath that is the swai fish fillet. In our last fridge is a combination of seafood and meats for your grill and hot pot. Up here we have our shrimp that's meant for the grill. Down here we have marinated squid that's ready for the grill. And then down here we have our Korean short rib. Up here we have our beef bulgogi that's for the barbecue. And right underneath is our pork belly. And underneath that is our spicy pork bulgogi. And then finally, last but not least, we have our pork chop. This is our American wagyu that is only offered for limited time depending on the season. Here we have Vietnamese dessert called chea. This one is a more vanilla flavor, while this one is mung bean flavor. Here are sliced oranges, and then down here is our pandan jelly cubes. These are pre-sliced watermelons. And then over here is our Vietnamese salad called goi. This one is filled with pork, onions, and it's marinated, so it's more savory. Mango salad, mango and papaya, very refreshing. And here's our papaya salad, also just as refreshing. So this section is not included in our buffet, but we do have an assortment of desserts that you can buy after eating. Here we have durian cake. Here's the viral mango ice cream. We also have different flavors, such as the vanilla, the peach, and the lemon.
I'm gonna start off with the hot pot first, and I'm not gonna overdo it because I wanna try a little bit of everything, including the barbecue and some of the foods at the buffet station. These are my broth choices for today. The one to the right is the house special, which is kind of like a tom yum soup flavor. And to the right, spicy miso. This is gonna take a while to cook, so might as well just toss everything in, right? Beef cooks pretty quickly. In about maybe 15 to 30 seconds, it's all done. You know, that broth already gives so much flavor to the beef, and I'm pretty sure everything else that you probably won't need the sauces up there. It tastes like that, the soup base and the spicy miso ramen, like almost exactly like it. So now I kind of know what these veggies are gonna taste like. That's the flavor you gotta get if you like it kind of spicy. Not horribly spicy, but you do kind of taste the kick. It kind of hits you a little bit on your tongue. But I like it like that. I think it kind of adds some excitement to your hot pot meal, right? Wow, that thing is super tender. I almost feel like I'm eating fatty salmon or something. One of the things I remembered from this restaurant was how much I really like the salmon. Doesn't matter if it's in the hot pot or as the barbecue. But with the hot pot, you know, since it boils, it will really have more of like that very tender melt in your mouth consistency. Yeah, for sure, if you get the salmon, especially if you like salmon, you're really gonna like it. Even if there were no beef available and I just ate the salmon, I would be very content. I'm gonna get some of the stuff out from the other broth side, which is the house special broth. Yeah, that one actually does taste like a tom yum broth. Have you guys had that before in a Thai restaurant? You know how it kind of has like a lemongrass, fish sauce, kind of like a sour flavor? I totally dig it. Even though I could put the sauces to use, there's already so much flavor in both of these broths that if you just eat it with the vegetables or with the noodles or the protein, it's seriously like good enough, I'm telling you. And I do remember from last time they had some really awesome drinks like the sugarcane juice. Yes, one of my favorites. Oh man, super refreshing. This is one of those drinks I don't really drink that much, but whenever I do, I'm so happy, especially if I can get it in big portions like this. Gotta have it because some of this food is a little bit spicy. And they have these little toothpicks so that you can take the snails out. That's pretty cool, huh? It's very hot, so once you take it out of the hot pot, you just have to let it cool for a little bit. But I feel like I can just snack on like 50 of these. Just go at it one by one. How fun. As you can see, it's a very interesting looking grill, not just in its shape, but it's covered with this foil. So you're supposed to cook the meat on top of the foil. There are some of these puncture holes you can see on the side. They butter it up a little bit and then it's ready to go once this thing turns really hot. And it's time for the barbecue. Let's get those Korean short ribs, the expensive stuff. Beef bulgogi. Maybe we get some squid too. Why not? Let's try it. Finally, this thing is heated up. This is an electric grill, so it takes a little bit of time, but it gets there. You know, this tin foil over the grill kind of reminds me of like a home style barbecue experience. Now I just have to wait until all of this is finished cooking. So just got to be patient. Just like with the shabu shabu, I'm going to take it kind of easy on the barbecue because there is still some of the other foods at the buffet stations, like the hot foods, even the crab legs that I need to try. Oh yeah, before I get out of here. Salmon tastes pretty good on the grill too, but I personally think it tastes better in the hot pot because once you put it in there and you eat it afterwards, that thing really just melts. But hey, even grilled salmon, barbecue salmon, totally fine with that too because I'm a very big salmon fan. The Korean side of me always likes to see bulgogi on the menu, right? Not bad. That actually tastes like it could have come out of a Korean barbecue restaurant. I'm impressed. So if you guys like bulgogi, then you're going to be pretty happy at this buffet. All right, and how about some of the squid? Very tender and not too chewy too. I think with the squid, you do need some sauce on it. Maybe dip it in the dipping sauce because by itself, it kind of is a little bit bland, I would say. So yeah, put it in the sauce. I like the bulgogi, but I'm a bigger fan of the short ribs. Pretty nice tasting. Again, those are some barbecue ribs that taste like it could have come out of a Korean restaurant, surprisingly. Yeah, like one of those Korean barbecue all-you-can-eat restaurants, I would say. All right, so yes, if you guys kind of like that Korean style barbecue, then they got you covered here. And let's see how that wagyu beef tastes like barbecued. That tastes really good barbecued. In fact, I probably like it more barbecued than in the hot pot. If you see that shabu shabu beef up there, especially if it's that American wagyu beef, if they have it for the day, don't just put it in here, but put it in here as well, in the barbecue. Now you taste more of like that oily, richer, crispy, you know, kind of like a toasty texture and flavor, which is pretty awesome. Gotta get this before I leave here, right? Yep, never had this before, so I'm gonna try it. You see, more crabs. This is where the money's at. And when you think about it, that's actually a pretty awesome deal. You pay the dinner price $29.99 and you get the crab legs. I mean, you can get all the crab legs you want and there's no time limit to this buffet for 30 bucks. Isn't that so great? Much like the ones that you would find in a lot of those all-you-can-eat seafood buffets. I mean, it looks exactly the same. It tastes pretty much the same as well. So if you guys like crab legs, then I've shown you one spot where you can eat it, all you can eat, for about 30 bucks. And look, they have these other kind of crabs too. That's where all the meat is at. I like these too. They're actually much easier to eat than the snow crab legs. This, all you have to do is just suck it out. I could probably eat like 10 of these. And this shrimp really reminds me of those ones that you find in those Chinese restaurants. The salt and pepper shrimp, you call it? I love the crispiness of the coating outside. It's not that salty too. Yeah, it actually tastes very pleasant all around. In case you guys were wondering what's inside of this, that is so interesting. I don't think I've ever had a rice dish like this one before. It has the consistency of like solidified pudding. Not quite like mochi. I mean, even though there's still a little bit of a chew to it, it doesn't taste like just rice that's in there. It's been flattened through some sort of process, and you do taste the shrimp flavor that's on top. You see the color right there? It's a savory dish, but I can totally see it as a dessert dish too, if they put the right fruits or whatever inside of it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna find too many buffet restaurants like this in Southern California. And I'm not just talking about Vietnamese buffets, but a buffet that has all you can eat hot pot, barbecue, cold and hot foods from the buffet stations, which includes the crab legs during dinner and during the weekends. No time limit, all for $29.99. I mean, come on now, that's pretty awesome. Of course, it's not on the same level as eating at like Niku X or Cafe Sierra, but for the price you're paying, you're gonna eat a lot of food here in so many different fun ways. So that is why you gotta come check this place out, especially if you live close by. I have a feeling you're gonna be a repeat customer here. All right guys, so before I close out this episode, I wanna give a shout out to Jordan, who's the awesome manager here at this restaurant. So I was able to convince him to do something very special for you guys. So when you mention this episode, when you come into the restaurant, to him or the staff, they're going to give you something very special. What is that?
Yes, so like he said, if you guys mention this video to staff or me, we're gonna give you a 20% discount all day if you pay cash, and it's gonna be 15% off if you pay card. And then on weekends, we're doing 15% off all day if you pay cash and 10% off if you pay card. So this promo is running from August 19th to September 19th. So come in while you can.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next food adventure.